Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, and we back at it again. Welcome to another edition of the Rico Report, brought to you by you know who. It's the Buffalo Fanatics, and we back at it again on a Tuesday evening. If you guys are tuning in for the very first time, if you're a Pats fan, if you're an NFL fan, you're an Eagles fan, you're one of those that are hating on Josh Allen and these Bills, smash that like. We got to talk about that because it's coming out of nowhere. People are talking crazy right now. Ow! And it makes me smile. It makes me just want to say, look at you guys, man. So, folks, welcome. Tap in, smash that like as you get in here. Tell a friend, tell a buddy, tell whoever. Jump in here and have some fun with your boys. So let's get to it, man. Reeling off of a big win against the Patriots. It's a big one. And it's not like a big win where, like, wow, we went up against the juggernaut and it was 12 rounds of just knock 'em, sock 'em, fighting it out. It wasn't that way. This was, and at least in my opinion and how I felt watching this game, this was a game that, I knew going into this that we were not going to give the same performance that we gave the first game. Giving the ball up. We're a very good team when we don't give the football up. When we don't give the football up and we play our brand of football, very hard to beat. We're very hard to beat. And the games that we lose, it's like, come on, fam. Like, you lost that game and you had no business losing that game. And there's two games that stand out to us where we lost, where we're looking at the Houston Texans, where I was like, bro, they just whooped our behinds. They whooped our behinds, and we didn't have an answer for it. And that Dolphins loss. That Dolphins loss was one that still sticks out to me. But then when you watch games like the Atlanta Falcons games, we knew that we were a better team, but we let Bijan just handle. Penix didn't do anything crazy to us. It's just us just being bozos and not adjusting. We didn't adjust well enough. So you learn from the losses. So this is an opportunity for these Patriots to learn from this loss. Y'all went 11-2, and you guys are talking like you guys are going to the Super Bowl. Y'all had an MVP quarterback. I saw nothing about an MVP quarterback that game. I saw absolutely nothing. And I got to get into this. Right? Because there's some news that we got to share about the Bills and roster changes that have happened. I mean, we're looking for a new kicker, but I do have to get something off my chest. I don't know how exactly I want to say it, but sometimes you just gotta say it. And I'm sick of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually getting sick of the league hating on my guy Josh Allen, hating on my Buffalo Bills. Why? When we weren't doing a whole lot, when we were kind of winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one, we didn't hear a peep from the league. And the minute we rip off a few wins in a row, and then we beat the darling Patriots, and coaches cry boo-hooing on the radio, local radio, talk about holding, and the refs didn't do this. All of a sudden, pure hate coming Buffalo's way. Just because we put a couple W's together? It's not like we came out of nowhere. We've been the same team the last 5 years. We do the same routine, losing in the middle of the season, and then we rip off wins. Nothing that you guys are seeing right now should be news to you. So why all of a sudden the extra spicy hate coming Buffalo's way? I just don't get it. You got Eagles fans chiming in. You got the AFC chiming in. You got Pats fans still crying about that loss. Y'all have 11 wins. Y'all got the Ravens next. Focus on the Ravens. What y'all still boo-hoo crying about this game? You know what the Bills are doing? We're on to the next one. We ain't sitting here crying about what took place with the referees. Not one time will you hear Sean McDermott boo-hoo cry about, we didn't get the calls with the refs and they should have did this. If you go back, the Bills. He doesn't do that. We lost. We take it on the chin and we keep it moving. Pats fans don't know. Fam, Don't forget where you have been the last 5 years. Don't forget where you guys have been the last 5 years, right? Below the Bills. Now y'all got a little, y'all putting a little something together. You take a loss. It's like, y'all don't know how to handle that? Come on, fam. Listen, it's your fault. Is your fault for doing this to yourselves. It's your fault. Don't be mad at the Bills because y'all lost. It's a loss. But it's not even the loss part. It's the hate coming Josh Allen's way. Why is he being introduced? And this is why I'm getting into. Why is he being introduced as an NFL MVP candidate? Why not? Are you guys living under a rock? Why not? He is absolutely where he's supposed to be. Could he come in and get an MVP 2 years in a row? He absolutely can. Yeah, but he lost to the Atlanta Falcons and the Texans whooped their behinds. Yes, it happens. It happens. If you guys know where that's from, you guys, you know what time it is. Fresh Prince. You think I want this? It just happened. It happens. Losses come. But you know what is constant? Josh Allen understanding what the assignment is and handling business. Handling business. So all this nonsense happening around the league, talk about, oh, Josh Allen's I'm hearing it all now. I'm hearing it all. He's a 1 yard TD merchant. He's a tush push merchant. How is he getting there? This brother's about to go 6 seasons straight of 40-plus touchdowns. 6 seasons straight of 40-plus touchdowns. He ain't throwing to Devontae Adams. He ain't throwing to Puka Nacua. Come on, fam. Oh, but look, why should he be getting MVP there? And I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back it up a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back it up. Here's the conversations happening right now. Okay? Here's the conversations happening right now. And I've seen multiple content creators go this route. When the Bills win, it's all about Josh Allen. Josh Allen this and Josh Allen that, and Josh Allen beats the Tampa Bay Bucks and he puts 6 touchdowns on the board, right? Duh. Yes, it's got to be about that, brother, because 6 touchdowns is not something that's done every day. Neither here nor there. When the Bills lose, everyone says they suck. So it's not on Josh Allen. So what people are saying is when they're great and doing fantastic things, praise Josh Allen. He's doing it all by himself, right? Or he's that guy. But when they lose, he doesn't have enough help. Pick one, Bills fans. Pick one. And it's easy for y'all to go that route. Y'all are trying to say that the Bills, like, we boo-hoo and cry that he doesn't have enough weapons, but when he's winning, he's so great. He's Superman. Take a look at the wins that the Bills have gotten. Primarily is because of him, 17. But it's not just that. It's a lazy argument from people out there because Pat Mahomes is the juggernaut for that Patriots team. I mean, for that Chiefs team. Watch what happens when he's not in there. I don't even know who's quarterbacking for that team. We'll see how that goes. The quarterback is what half the league would love to the whole league would love to have a guy like Josh Allen. So when things go great, it's because he's fantastic. He's doing what he needs to do. You're down 21-0 on the road. Your back's against the wall. The team that's 21 up on you, they want to take it to you. You had content creators and fans getting on their mobiles, talking about it's over, we're back. Bro, never count out 17. How dare you? It's for Bills fans, you guys will understand this. There's a handful of times, less than a handful of times in the 17 years that we were in this drought where Tom Brady, when the Bills would be up on the Patriots, we knew better than to celebrate too early because it's never done until the 0-0-0's on the clock. When Tom Brady was on the other side, you can't celebrate until it's completely over. You won't see Bills fans jumping on here. It's a wrap. It's over for you. We're not like that. We've learned our lesson multiple times. So when these Pats fans were jumping on here talking about it's a wrap, we're back, the division was yours, now we're back. You had 5 years to get your business together, and look at y'all. Y'all the same ones crying, boo-hooing, talk about, oh, it was because the refs helped you out. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of y'all. Let us win. Let us do what we do. And when we get to the playoffs, that's when we could really talk about it. That's when we're going to find out what's really good. But like all this doesn't mean anything. There's 3 games left in the season. 3 games left in the season. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Now let me get back to my original point, because sometimes I be all over the place. I apologize. I get passionate about this, right? So let's separate that narrative. You know what I'm saying? That, oh, when the Bills lose, they suck, and then Josh doesn't have any help. Have you seen when the Bills lost what took place? It's right there in front of you. And when the Bills do win and we come back, I mean, take a look at week 1. You mean Josh had to really get on it? We were down bad. Josh had to start putting things together. Go back to this Patriots game. Josh had to put some things together. Go back to the Bengals game. Although we got great help by Christian Benford, but we still had to make things work offensively. Who's he throwing to again? When's the last time he threw a receiving other than Keon Coleman? Any other receivers catching touchdowns? Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman. The rest of them are going to running backs and tight ends. Come on, fam. But y'all mad. Y'all mad. You guys are crying about it. Here's the deal. You have to give credit to these quarterbacks that are doing big things. So this QB credit problem exists for every QB that's elite. The Chiefs win, it's Mahomes magic. The Ravens win, it's the Lamar takeover, right? When the Bengals win, it's the Burrow clinic. When Josh Allen wins, when the Bills win, Josh Allen carries the team. That's what it is. When you have elite quarterbacks, that's why these guys get paid. They get paid to do those very things. So how are you going to get mad at Josh Allen for doing what he's supposed to do? It's what he's supposed to do. Yet, Kansas City is when they lose with a top 10, they've had always a top 10 defense. They've always had around the top 10 defense. When they lose, look at KC with their defense, right? Baltimore wins with their defense plus their run game sometimes, very rarely, right? Cincinnati, they've got their receiver talent, right? When the Baltimore this year is a little different, but Baltimore is usually good for great defense and running the football. With the Bills, you see it. So when Josh has to do what he has to do, that's great quarterbacking. That's him putting the team on his back. He's got no choice. He's got to do that. And he's doing it with very little help from the wide receivers. You see it every week. He's got to use his legs. He's got 12 touchdowns on the ground. And he's throwing for another, 20 plus. Come on, fam. Leave that brother alone, man. He's just doing what he's supposed to do to help his team win. But y'all don't like it. Y'all don't like it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Y'all got to leave my quarterback alone, man. Leave my quarterback alone. So I say this to let people know. I'm just going through my notes. I scroll through. I'm just trying to get clean and get through my notes here. I say all of this for this reason, right? These content creators, whoever is making these claims of, oh, the Bills only do this and the Bills only that, and whether you guys cry when you guys always prop Josh up and say it's him alone that does it, but when they lose, oh, this guy did it and that guy did it. Just go look at the games that we've lost. Look at the games that we lost. Rarely will you see Josh is the reason that we lost. It's very rare. Rare. Does it happen? Is he perfect? No, but it's very rare. Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck, man. It's very rare where he's the sole reason that we lose this game. Can't stand some of y'all, man. I'm gonna get my guy, Mr. Carl Jones, in here in just a moment. But just let me finish by just saying this for a bit. Josh Allen gets most of the credit because he's got the most influence on this team. It's that simple. Buffalo's failures are usually collective of like, we let the guy go for 200 plus yards, or O-line just had a tough day. Texans. But the Texans defense is absolutely wild. They're after everybody. But those things do happen because Josh is that dude. He's influential. The reasons this team propels is because of him. That's why we give him $330 million. That's why he is getting paid $60 million. That's the dude. So if he gets MVP, it's because he does MVP things. Could you imagine? Just imagine Josh with McVay, Puka Nacua, and Devontae Adams. But out of here. Get out of here. Imagine. And Matthew Stafford he's fantastic. Put Matthew Stafford in this Joe Brady offense and who he's dealing with right now. I'd love to see how that would play out. I'd love to see Josh in LA with McVay, Puka, Kylan Williams. Oh, come on, man. Stop this nonsense, man. So if he's on his way to become an MVP, it's because of what he's doing with what he's got. Come on, man. Listen, I'm gonna let my man Carl help me out with this one. He might chime in. He might see it completely different than I do. But we're gonna let this thing ring out. I appreciate you guys. Let me vent a little bit. And if I'm tripping, y'all know what to do. Put that potato in there. You a dud. You tripping. And let's get it cracking. Ladies and gentlemen, my guy, Carl Jones, what's going on?
I should have asked you what's going on, my boy. You good? You sound a little.
I had to vent a little bit because, you got people talking greasy about the Bills right now. I don't get it. And this week specifically, I the minute this brother, gets a big win against the Patriots, and then, Dan Orlovsky goes out there and says, hey, man, he's neck and neck in MVP talks with Matthew Stafford. What is crazy about that? People don't want to hear it. So I pass the mic over to you, my guy, and you let me know, is Dan Orlovsky tripping? Should Josh Allen's name not be mentioned among MVPs alongside Matthew Stafford's of the world? Or do you think it's Matthew Stafford and then the rest of the league and Josh Allen? Or are they neck and neck?
I wouldn't say neck and neck. I think I would put Matt Stafford, like number one. And then I think there is a clear number two, which would be Josh Allen. I just think that MVP's awards for my entire life has always been going to the best season. It has never been about supporting cast. It has never been about narratives. Like, I remember as a kid, Peyton Manning won 5 MVPs, and that brother had 5 Hall of Famers on his offense. So, I mean, voters knew going into the year that he had 5 Hall of Famers. He should have been disqualified August 1st if we care about supporting cast so much. I mean, I remember Matt Ryan winning an MVP, and no one complained that he had Julio, Roddy White, I think Steven Jackson in their backfield, and then the guru and Kyle Shanahan. So I'm not really a big guy in the supporting cast thing because that goes into hypotheticals and it goes against what sports is, which is the field and the competition. But Josh Allen's been phenomenal this year. He's the best player in football, full stop. He's played great. The one thing I don't like about this Josh Allen conversation is that it turns into he's dragging a bad roster for some odd reason.
I hate that too, and I didn't want to get to that. I wanted to save it for us. Go ahead.
Because the Patriots, this is, and once again, I think I just said Josh Allen's phenomenal. He's the best quarterback on planet Earth, best player. But the Bills also have an elite offensive line, and I know people want to point to the Texans game. Trust me, they're the Philadelphia Eagles, even at their prime last year. Do y'all remember what the LA Rams did to them in the postseason? So, like, even offensive lines can have bad days. And then James Cook should be an all-pro. So, like, I think we can push back on some of the – like, do you remember last year where people used Derrick Henry as a disqualifier for Lamar Jackson and said, like,
yes,
hey –
they did. Yes, they did.
Excuse my French here. Who the fuck do you think James Cook is this season? He's on pace to have 2,000 all-purpose yards. So, like, once again, the MVP stuff gets a little nasty because it feels like you tearing someone down to put someone else up.
It does feel that way.
And Matt Stafford, to me, I think he's had the most complete season. He had the best offense, and that's usually who traditionally the award goes to. But Josh is amazing. He's played phenomenal this year. He's had so many MVP-style moments, and he definitely uplifts his roster.
I will say this on the MVP talk. I never liked the whole, like, disqualifying someone based on what they have around them. You can only do what you got to do with the people that's around you. Like, it's just what it is. I do also factor in who is around you or the lack of who's around you. So with this Josh Allen and this great O-line and James Cook, listen, that's a great unit right there. That's a great unit. But also who you're facing, I think, does that trick. Josh Allen taking down Burrow, Pat, and Lamar should factor into his talk of being MVP.
Okay, here's my one rebuttal to that. What's more impressive on Josh Allen's resume? Taking down the Bengals defense or him going up against the Texans defense? Like, what would be more impressive on his resume? If he put 300 yards against the Bengals because they have Burrow on the other side, or because he put 300 yards on the Houston Texans? So like, I know the narratives will say Joe Burrow. It is far more impressive to me when Matt Stafford has to do this Thursday on the road against probably the second best defense in football, will be far more impressive than if he went against the Chiefs or the Ravens, in my opinion, because Matt Stafford's not playing Lamar. He's playing he's playing Witherspoon and those guys up front.
Totally fair. And there's a point I want to make later about that as well. But I also factor in this. When you're going up against a Joe Burrow, when you're going up against a Lamar, when you're going up against those, there's the margin of error is very small because the minute that one quarterback messes up, the other guy's up. So you're like, man, I got to double up and try to do what I got to do. Mm-hmm. Fair that you're going against a great defense, but you're still going up against that quarterback. I know that QBs it's not a QB stat, or wins aren't a QB stat, I get. But when you're going, like when Kobe gets on the court and he's going up against, I don't know, like another two AI. He's going against AI. Although they may not cover each other, off the court here and there. But like if AI puts up 40, I can't put up 20. I got to put up 45. So there's that part of it that I look at. So when I'm seeing Josh go head to head with the big dogs, because that's what matters at the end of the day, you won. You did. You outdueled the other one. But you're right. He ain't going up. You're going up against the Texans. You're going against the Broncos. So, and that's where I want to get into another conversation. Now that I have you, and I can get to my other points later on. The Bills have I have a hard time with this. The Bills have the easiest path to the Super Bowl, to win the Super Bowl. I don't like that. I don't like that because it goes back to your point. Yes, Pat, Burrow, all those guys are not in there, right? But then the Bills still got to go into the playoffs and go up against a Broncos defense that's pretty damn good, right? Whoever they decide to face. A Texans defense that is scary, and their team is getting damn scary right now with them kind of, get flowing and getting better. There's going to be some good competition in that AFC conference. So your take on the Bills have the easiest path, and if they don't get it, this is an epic fail. Are you with that narrative, or is there pushback?
I'll push back on that. I know traditionally the AFC, probably dating back to when Brady arrived in 2001, it has always been about the elite quarterbacks, the guys on Mount Rushmore coming out of that conference. But every once in a while, there's a team that's well-rounded or that catches fire that, is able to come up out of the AFC. It doesn't happen often, obviously. But does anyone – put it like this, and I don't know if I told you this off air or before. If the Houston Texans were to somehow win the Super Bowl and they do it in an LOB 2013 fashion or what the Denver Broncos did in 2015, does that all of a sudden now not matter? Are they not as good because they didn't have Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, or we can use that same thing with the Denver Broncos? Like if that defense ends up being some generational unit that my kids will like ask me about, Dad, how is it like watching the 2025 Broncos in the like the impact that the LOB had on the NFL, the impact that the no-fly zone Broncos had in 2015, or what about the Steelers had in 2009, or the Ravens in 2000. Right. And I know we think highly of those teams because they won it, but let's say if that ends up being the case, I'm not about to retroactively go back and say, oh, well, Josh didn't play Mahomes. I don't care if he plays some generational defense. So, no, I'm not with that at all. Sure, it may not be as quarterback heavy, but I think really highly of the Texans. I think the Broncos, that was one of the more impressive wins in the NFL, full stop, what they did to the Packers Sunday. The Jaguars are hot. The Patriots are still a damn good team. So I wouldn't say it's watered down completely. Shoot, the Ravens might mess around and sneak in there. So, yes, it's not as scary on paper because you will avoid those quarterbacks. but I think highly of at least the Texans and Broncos for sure.
I certainly do, and I totally agree with that. So let's pivot a little bit. Let's go back to this Patriots Bills game. What a freaking game that was. I think everybody is still kind of like, everybody's fixing their mouth. They're fixing their mouth to kind of want to hate on the Bills hard. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand it. What was it about this game that's got guys like, I know, Vrabel. I want to get to this point. Vrabel getting out there, because like, you only go out there and say those things if you're still salty about the game. That brother's still salty. That brother's still mad. I don't think I've ever seen McDermott, and you've been covering this team. Have you seen ever McDermott want to lament on what took place? If they try to buzz him into it, they try to, corner him into it, he'll get out of that and say, hey, man, it is what it is. The refs got a tough job to do, and we just got to be better. Period. I'm moving on. Vrabel's out here talking about, hey, man, they're one of the leading teams in holds. Go take a look, right? And they never got called. And what do you make of when a coach just starts to just whine, if you will? That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, well, first off, Vrabel and McDermott couldn't be any more polar opposites in how they approach the media. McDermott don't give us jack diddly squat. Like, I don't think it matters if they play great or bad. He's just not going to really – everything that happens in-house stays in-house. And, listen, I disagree with how Vrabel felt, but there is some truth to when people inside the building talk about referees and officiating. I know at Syracuse, we always knew what referees called what they were prone to call. And even we dove into like, oh, snap, certain pass interference calls, we know we can get away with this, and maybe not that. Maybe illegal contact in certain areas. So I'm not about to sit up here and act naive and say, guys, the Bills talk about it. They just don't take it outside of the building. So I guess he broke the code and let us on the outside know how he's feeling about it. But which I don't think you should do as a coach. You keep all that stuff in-house because it comes off as sour grapes, whining, soft, whatever verbiage you want to use.
Absolutely.
But I'm not about to sit up here and act like it don't happen, because I was in it might be 4 years ago at this point, but I remember being in the buildings where coach would say, hey, guys, like X, Y, and Z happened. But then he would go to the media 30 minutes later and say it didn't matter at all. So, like, McDermott may do the same thing. He just don't let us on the outside know.
Ain't that the truth, man? I mean, listen, I got a super chat coming in for you, man. I got to give this one to you. Carl, I said last week to tell Sean not to play Bernard because he makes our run defense worse. Well, we just gave up 10 yards of clips, so I guess he can play now. It doesn't matter. I mean, listen, I can't say fluke. Great awareness from Henderson. Cutting back. We didn't have the contain on there. Epinesa should have been right there. I'm not saying that he would have made that tackle, but you're at least cutting back inside, and that's not a play. But it is what it is. So your thoughts on the Bills, and we're gonna get into this, overall thoughts on the Bills Patriots, them with their comeback. Your overall thoughts. I want you to mix in the good, the bad, the ugly in your overall thoughts.
Yeah. To answer your question, my man, the first Travion touchdown, I think Shaq Thompson got a little greedy and was in the wrong gap. Maybe he thought it was going to be outside and it went right down Broadway. It's a 52-yard touchdown, not the long one. Yeah. So I think Shaq Thompson didn't have his best game. I think even he would admit that when we talk to him tomorrow. But it's phenomenal. I mean, when a team comes back from 21-0, the first place that it goes to is the quarterback, and rightfully so. I think I heard you before I came on, like, hey, the quarterback, heavy is the head that wears the crown. So you get the credit even when you may not deserve it, and you get crapped on even when it may not all your fault either. And I thought that Josh played great. He played within structure, and then when he had to put on his Superman cape, he did so as well. But I thought what was so impressive, at least offensively, I'll get to the defense in a second here, if I took the scoreboard away at the bottom of the screen and I just made you watch the second half, you would have had no idea the Bills were trailing based off what the plays they were calling on offense. Most teams, when they're down 21-0, we got to air it out. We got to make sure that we're scoring as quickly as possible. And the Bills said, I don't care. We got the best running game in football. We're going to hand the ball off. I don't know if people realize this. They still finished the game with more rushing attempts than passing attempts, even though they were down 3 scores, which also bothers me about they ain't got no help. Josh ain't got no help conversation. Most teams, if they down 21-0, they ain't got the luxury to hand it off to an all-pro, but I digress.
Ain't that facts?
So, but Josh still played great. That throw to Dawson Knox is some S-tier stuff. That's some stuff where, that needs to go on the Hall of Fame tape when he gets inducted. Throws like that. I don't know, the sideline throws, all that stuff, hurting over people is dope. Yeah. But that play right there, where just the accuracy pinpoint, if it's not right there on Dawson Knox's button,
on the run,
that's A1 from day one stuff. So, like, shout out to Josh, the O-line, the running game. They really imposed their will in the second half. I want to give Joe Brady his credit for being one step ahead of the Patriots defense at all time, whether it was the run scheme they used. How about the mesh concepts that he used? The Dawson Knox re-return route on that third down early in the game.
That was pretty.
What about the James Cook touchdown, which is another mesh concept? I know mesh is a buzzword. Trust me, I'm the one that didn't like it either after the Texans game. But he put a little splat on that Sunday afternoon. The defensive side of the ball, nothing went right in the first half. I didn't like the schematics. I didn't like how the players were playing. But then they bounced back in a major way. Obviously, you talked about the explosive run. Two things I saw that stood out. One, schematically, they started playing a lot more two-high structures. So I believe on 86% of Drake May's dropbacks, it was two-high safeties. So we're going to park these guys on the parking lot. Drake May, you are the best deep ball passer in the game. We dare you to do something else. And he couldn't do it. I know the Kayshon Boutte drop, catch, whatever you want to call it, in the first half happened. The Bills didn't even want to let that happen again. We're going to make sure you read this out every single play. And he was a little hesitant. He looked like a young pup. So I thought that was impressive. And then also, I do want to give credit to the cornerbacks and how they battled. Trey, Max, even Taryn at times. I thought that when you play up against a Patriots receiving core that isn't that great, make them not look that great. And that's what they did in the second half.
Listen, man, at the end of the day, the Bills understood the assignment. It may not have looked pretty in the first half, but boy, oh boy, do they come back with adjustments in the second. As much as I'm not a fan 100% of Joe Brady and the way he's doing things, I have to give him credit for not abandoning the run. And you said it. Mm-hmm. To be able to run the ball down 21 and still maintain that and still finish the game with more runs than passes is absolutely but that's something to really marvel at. That's incredible because most teams, all right, we got to catch up. We got to start throwing the football. We got to start throwing the pill. He did not abandon the run, and thank goodness he didn't, because when you have someone as good as Mr. Slick Rick himself with James Cook, you got to do it. And Milton Williams being out and Robert Spillane being out, which was very odd. You don't deactivate him. You make him active, but you don't play him the whole game. Yeah, gamesmanship, I found that very odd. But anyway, it is what it is. We took full advantage of that, and the Bills come out with a win. I got you for a few more minutes, so
I can go to about 9:05. I'm at work now, so
okay, yeah, you're here. All right. So let me kind of take it outside the I guess the Buffalo Bills. Pat Mahomes, Chiefs elimination. Tough pill for these boys to swallow. I don't know how they are going to they're not dealing well with this. So when you have a team that's been top of the food chain, they've been killing it. They got multiple Super Bowls. What do you do? Do you blow this thing up because it's been so kind of like wishy-washy, or is just a couple retooling? If you're looking at the Chiefs stand at this point.
Yeah, I think, and I'm going to take the L on this one too, because I was super high on their infrastructure heading into the season. I think there are three glaring holes with the Chiefs. First and foremost, their scheme is very stale. It kind of reminds me, Andy Reid runs this offense as if it's still 2021. A lot of RPO, a lot of quick hitters, a lot of flood, and it doesn't really put guys in much conflict as they used to. And listen, he's still a phenomenal coach. Like, he's still amazing. I mean, let's not forget a few years back where even Sean McVay got figured out, and then he came back the next offseason and got things right. Yep. Even Kyle Shanahan. Everyone gets figured out at some point. It's up to you to come back and clap back. So I think first and foremost, they just look super stale. I'm sure y'all heard like all the chatter, like the Chiefs don't run the ball from under center in the year 2025. What the hell going on? That's first and foremost. Secondly, they need grown-up professional skill players. Like, no disrespect to them boys, because they are still professional athletes. Them boys, December 1st, Kareem Hunt at running back in the year 2025 are Lord. Marquise Brown at wide receiver. And if I hear one more person say Marquise Brown is fired, I'm going to slap somebody through the virtual computer screen. Xavier Worthy is a nice 3, and then I think Rashee Rice is a nice 2. They don't have no professional. All them boys is little, too. None of them beat man coverage. I think the Bills kind of, if you look back at the season, the Chiefs started rough. Maybe you can attribute that to Rashee Rice. Then They came back, and then you're like, oh, they beat the Raiders. Remember that game? 31-0. Uh-oh. Come to find out, they was just beating up on a bunch of non-playoff teams. They beat the Detroit Lions, who were missing 7 starters on defense. They beat the Ravens when the Ravens were a mess of themselves. I just don't think they were that talented on offense. And then defensively, they pass rush is disrespectful to the sport. They need to put some more juice up there. It's them and the Bills pass rush. I don't know what the hell going on. It's cooked. But I think those three things, I can't sit up here and tell you if it's going to get fixed in one offseason. And obviously, T's and P's to Pat. Obviously, you want him to get back to the field as soon as possible. But, yeah, just those three things, I was dead wrong about them. Those three things is just disrespectful on how they approach it this season.
So, Chiefs gone. Bengals gone. I wanted to ask you this last week, but I'm going to ask you this week. Are you buying this Joe Burrow? I need it to be fun. I need it to be. I'm just not there yet. And now I understand some people be pushing back and saying, "Hey, fam, get it together. Get it together. We pay you a lot of money, and not only do we pay you a lot of money, we listen to you to pay your two boys a lot of money. Get back on the field and do what you're supposed to do." And this whole woe is me going on. What's up with that? Are you with athletes that are like, I don't know if it's fun when you know you have an obligation? Are these new players, these young soft players, are they being soft, or is there something to attribute to that? Like, no. Hear them out a little bit. What do you think about when you see this? What's going on? What do you make of it?
I think there's some merit to that conversation, but I don't think Joe Burrow is the one to throw that assumption on. He got a lot going on in his personal life. I'm sure we all saw the documentary and the stuff that he's dealing with off the field. So I think that's separate of before he even puts a helmet on. I think that's whether it was the robbery, the family stuff. I think that's the human part of ball, which I think he said he was referring to after the game Sunday. And then also, I can't question this brother's commitment when his toe still don't work. Like, he still got one leg and he's still out there playing, rushed back from surgery. So I can't question somebody, because I've been in the room with dudes rehabbing and they mailing it in when it's week 10 and they like, damn, I could be clear, but I ain't trying to clap back. So like, I can't question that either. And I think there is something to be said about a franchise that has cut corners at every single spot, whether it is their facilities, whether it is their front office and how they skimp out. They don't even have a general manager. Like for how much we talk about the Browns, the Raiders, the Jets, the Cowboys, the Bengals are in their unique class and category of a team that don't spend money and they just try to operate as if they're like a high school football team. They just got an indoor facility like 2 years ago. Let me repeat that again. In the year of 2025, the Cincinnati Bengals just got a 100-yard indoor facility. Them boys was using the Cincinnati Bearcats to practice. So like,
it's tough.
I can go an hour on the Cincinnati Bengals and how I feel like they are just a bad organization. And you're 100% right. I think a lot of times when you cry "woe is me," it's kind of rich. When you
anybody trying to hear that?
When you sitting in the castle, right? You sitting on top of the hill. I ain't trying to hear that. But I think Joe's in a unique spot where it's like, bro, I've been injured 3 different times. This team, we ain't getting the right support. I see Terry Pagula. He willing to spend to the cap and beyond the cap to help his team out. My team literally meets the bare minimum to meet the cap. Did y'all see when Joe Burrow last year, I forget what it was, he literally explained how the Cincinnati Bengals could use more money, like how they need to use the salary cap and how they need to roll over and use void years and all that. And the fact that the starting quarterback has to talk like that, oh, by the way, the Bengals don't got a GM, so he's talking to the owner.
Of course he is.
It's
a mess. It's a mess.
It's comedy.
I got a super chat for you, my man. Coming from my guy, Mr. Led Robster. He comes and says, "Hey, Carl Jones, we're gonna have a rematch of Indiana OSU in the Natty. That's my prediction, at least." Oh, hi. What do you make of that?
I'm right with you, Led Robster. I'm gonna call you Red Lobster because I think you're trying to do a pun on words right there, Red Lobster. Yeah, we're gonna shake back. Remind me of last year where we were a little too conservative in the final regular season game, and then we clapped back and showed everybody why we the Ohio State Buckeyes. So I'm right with you, big dog, and it'll be nothing more fitting than to take down the Georgia Bulldogs than Indiana right after.
When you look at this graphic here, you let me know how you feel about it. But like when you're looking at this graphic, what stands out to you in this regard? Do you see an MVP? Do you see a clear-cut MVP, or is it too muddy to decide?
Do I see a clear-cut MVP? Well, if we just looking at those statistics, no, I don't think it's clear-cut. Because, I mean, I think Josh and Stafford got same touchdowns. I believe they're around the same in terms of yardage. Drake May's around the same in yardage as well. But I'll just say this in terms of what we've talked about the MVP historically.
Right.
How many times do you think the MVP has ever gone to someone who didn't win the division?
So it's going to go right to the end, baby. Or
I'll tell you twice. It was Johnny Unitas, and that team didn't even make the playoffs. And then it was Peyton Manning, and I'm sure y'all can remember what Peyton Manning used to do with those ridiculous numbers he used to put up. So I'm not about to sit up here and just rip up what we've had in terms of precedent, in terms of the MVP. Right. If the Rams are the 1 seed in the NFC and the Rams have the best offense in football, 9.99 times out of 10, that has always been the MVP.
I'll be honest with you. Like Josh winning the MVP last year, I'm content. If you don't win another MVP, so be it.
He's still the best player on the planet, and I think and I think that's. And listen, I'm not a fan, so I can sit up here and say this, and it doesn't hit the same. So I don't want to sit up here and talk down at nobody. But he's still the best player on the planet. I can relate to it from this perspective. Before LeBron won in 2016, I used to always say, LeBron should win MVP every single damn year. He the best player on the planet Earth. And then I realized LeBron figure out and show everybody why he the best player on the planet every year, no matter if he got the MVP or not. So, like, I can relate to Bills fans in a certain capacity in that front because I, too, had a player who was generational that was killing the NBA or the NFL for all those years, and he didn't win MVP every single damn year. So, I hear you. The discourse is fun. It can get toxic at times, but I hear from Bills fans. I understand. I feel it.
And sure. I'm gonna put it this way too. I go back to the NBA season 08. I think it was the 08 season when it was my man Kobe and going up against the Canadian Wonder, right? From Phoenix, and they gave it to that brother when Kobe, I think that year dropped 81, and Kobe was just nasty with it, and they said, yeah, we gonna give it. Are you kidding me? So that's when I knew, all right, it doesn't necessarily have to go to, we already know what time it is. Josh Allen is the best player in the NFL right now. And if you don't win it, that's cool because right now he's already got that award. It's already on that. The next best thing is for him to win that thing, which now brings me to this. And I know you're going to leave here, so I'm going to just leave it at this. I really do have an issue with this easiest path business that they keep talking about. I hate it. I can't stand it. And this whole, he's going up against, you know what I'm saying, this quarterback, that quarterback. And I made that point of there is an element to that point, but fam, we know what time it is when it comes to our defense. We know what time it is when put a spy on Josh, and now you have 2 lockdown corners, and there's a whole bunch of things, and defenses are getting so sophisticated these days, bro, is nasty work. So it's just as hard to win it now than it was when, you know what I mean, Pat was in the way. So it makes sense. But Pat's bounced you out 4 times. So, like, he's not there anymore. So what's your excuse? Is it different? Everybody's trying to do something with this, right? So that's the way I look at it. So I think it's just going to be just as challenging as it was last year, the year before that, and the year before that one. I assume that you feel the same way.
I'm right with you. And I think this is how I would categorize this. For so many years in the AFC, it has been a conference. The AFC has been the quarterback conference. The NFC has been the team conference. And whichever one wins out, whichever quarterback is able to uplift his team, but yada, yada, yada. Like last year, for example, Pat dragged a very mediocre Chiefs team to the Super Bowl. Come to find out, it takes all 22 to win, and that's why they got their teeth kicked in. This AFC is going to be fascinating because I think you can put one team in that quarterback bucket, and maybe you could put the Patriots in there because I really don't think much of them outside of Drake May. So maybe Drake May if he were to take him that far.
Right.
But then the rest of the conference is more of the team conference. So you wouldn't sit up here and tell me if you play the Rams that the Rams team isn't great because Stafford's not Lamar. So I'm right with you. I think that even if they were to play, if the Eagles were to somehow turn things around, you wouldn't be like, oh, snap, they playing Jalen Hurts. No, you would be like, they playing 12 all-pros or like
Thank you.
X, Y, and Z. So
right.
I'm right with you. It might not be as sexy. It may not be as marketable, but don't get it twisted. Every year that the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl and they don't, when they play Brock Purdy, no one was saying that was going to be easy. Why was that? The Niners had like 11 Pro Bowlers on that team. Did anyone say that Pat was going to have an easy time last year in the Super Bowl? Hell no. So, like, I'm right with you on this one. Like, I understand it's not sexy, but teams, there's still some pretty solid teams in the AFC.
Well, speaking of solid, that tie and shirt combo is solid. I know you got to go do your thing for work. So any last tidbits that you want to drop on us? Because I know the Bills are playing your Browns next week. I know you don't want to admit that they're your Browns, but they're your Browns. You know what I'm saying? So what you got to say about that before you walk out and do your thing?
Listen, the only thing that I'm looking forward to this weekend is Myles Garrett with the sack record. That's the only thing. Everything else, this is one of the few weeks of the year where, like, I'm not going to do a good job of my job. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Y'all scared of Harold Fannin? Like, the fuck?
Like, yo, Harold, that dude, though, man. I
think he's a good player. But come on, man. I can't sit up here and lie to the good people of Western New York and say he's going to be George Kittle. No, in all seriousness, though, it's going to be fun. Obviously, that's my hometown team. But I like to say I'm one of the few people in this space that can do a good job of separating the two. Where, and it's much easier for me to say that because I'm not covering the Browns every day. So I want to make that caveat as well. But in terms of the stuff that I got this week, I'm going to sit down with Trey White for 5 questions, get to know about Trey Day Sunday, see what he's chatting about. Trying to get Ray Davis as well. Obviously, my man turning into
Ray Davis, man.
Dante Hall back there, a kick returner, huh? Boy,
now.
Hey, shout out to him. So sit down with both of them boys. And then that'll be that. And just cook them up more content, TikTok, X, YouTube, all the good jazz.
All that good jazz, man. Ladies and gentlemen, my man Carl Jones. Any last words? I know you like to do a nice, sexy exit.
Well, we got college football this Saturday. Real quick, let me chat about it real quick. See who I'll give y'all one game.
Let's go.
Oh, you know who we got this Saturday? Okay, listen, we got the big game. It's gonna be Miami A&M.
Are we doing that?
Shout out to the U, baby. It's all about the U. Got to rock with my ACC brethren this week. Hey, love y'all boys. Y'all be safe. Hey, make sure y'all say y'all loved ones. Say I love you to y'all loved ones on this holidays, man. Y'all be blessed.
No doubt. That's my guy, Mr. Carl Jones, rolling out, and just like that, we got him. I love that guy, man. That's my guy, man. He gives me sometimes. I mean, I may put out something, and he go, well, hold on now. Let me give you the other side to it, and that's what I appreciate about bringing someone on that we don't necessarily share the same sentiments. And if I'm off to the left a little bit, he'll be like, oh, hold on, big dog. Let me tell you, let me bring you back a little bit. Let me tell you something. So I appreciate my guy. By the way, I got a super chat coming in from my man, Led Rapsta Money Mitch. Money Mitch comes and says, Rico, check the graphic. Thank you for that graphic. I saw it. Don't you worry. I got my phone right next to me. So whenever, some things are going down, I'm able to kind of pivot and do my thing. So check that graphic I sent you regarding the MVP race. What makes me mad is that this is a good loss for the Patriots. But if the Bills lost, we would never hear the end of it. JA17 is the best. BF is the best on YouTube. Let me show you some love because of that. And let me get back to that because I want to go back to that graphic, right? Because although what's not being presented here is, I hope you guys can see my mouse moving around. Matthew Stafford is right now he should have the lead. He should have the lead with damn near, he's going to be thrown for over 4,000 yards. He's going to have over 40 touchdowns. He might even climb up to 50 touchdowns. You just never know how it's all going to play out. Devontae Adams being out, maybe that changes. Who knows, right? Only 5 interceptions this year. Amazing. He's got a passer rating of 112, and he's got -8 yards rushing. So everything he's doing is in the air, as he should. Then you got Drake May, 3,500 yards, second year in the league. He's got 27 total touchdowns, and he's sitting at 7 interceptions right now. 362 rushing yards with a passer rating of 109. And then you got Josh Allen with 3,200 yards. He's got 37 total touchdowns, and he's got 10 interceptions. 3 more interceptions than our guy, the MVP Drake May that people have been talking about. And then added another 500 yards of rushing, 535 yards with a 104 rushing. Now, 37 total touchdowns. You got 37 total touchdowns. You got 27 total touchdowns here. To me, Josh taking down Drake May pushes Drake May out of the race, in my opinion, right? But you don't go quarterback to quarterback. You don't do. Yes, you do. In a way that you do, because people are looking at the head-to-head. And when push came to shove, Josh Allen, and there's a saying that's out there right now is, and forgive me if I butcher it, what did they say? A Chrysler 300 looks like a Phantom until a Phantom pulls up right next to the Chrysler 300. Bro, you've been looking like an MVP all year until the real MVP showed up and showed you how it's done. Hey, young pup, this is how it's done. Pressure's on, right? I gotta do what I gotta do. I've got to make these plays. I gotta use my legs. I gotta do it all. I showed you, and I showed you multiple times. 5 straight scoring drives. No mistakes, making things doing what I gotta do. So, yeah, you played well until I showed you what really goes down. Late in the season, in December, when it matters. Everybody talks about how September is cool, it's sweet, it's cute and all, but it don't matter until you get to December and January football. And that's exactly what took place. My man Josh was like, hold on, big dog. Let me hang this on you. Hold my hat real quick while I do you guys dirty in the end. And that was total domination in the second half. Whatever coach and Josh did in that locker room and came back out, they showed out. Respect to the Patriots, still a good team, but I never saw that they were an amazing team. I've never seen it. I don't think they're that big time. Solid team, but nothing great. Nothing great. Very good, but nothing great. That's all I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me remove that from sharing that screen here. So let me keep it pushing here, folks. Let me keep it pushing because I want to touch on this game that we had, right? The good, the bad, the ugly. You guys already know what time it is. I got to get right to it. Let me get right to the good, man. First things first, I got to start off with Ray Davis. Ray Davis. If not for Ray Davis, I can't stress this enough. If not for Ray Davis and his ability to give the Bills great field position, allowing us to now get more aggressive with our play calls and getting into the end zone and giving us the advantage, bro, maybe this game is not the same. Maybe it is not the same. So kudos to the special teams unit. The special teams unit really came through. Coach got them right. Coach got them riled up, ready to go. And it seems as though Ray Davis has found his niche. So let's keep it rolling. Ray Davis, one of the very bright spots in last game against the Patriots. Let's keep it pushing. Dawson Knox. I got to tell you, man, I'm a big fan of Dawson Knox, the person. A great fan of Dawson Knox on the field. And this guy's just an even keel. Someone that I've personally met, Dawson Knox. I've sat with him. We've had an interview. If you have not seen the interview that me and my guy Zeba did with him, conducted, amazing. Go ahead and check it out and go to our archives. Great human being, great teammate. You only hear great things. And the fact that him and Josh were able to find that connection again these last 2 games, it bodes well for the offense going forward. And you're hoping that we found something with this 1-2 punch tandem of Kincaid and Knox. And if we can keep it pushing with that tandem, we'll be a very, very tough team to defend in the middle of that defense because that play action will start to hurt even more to the opposing defenses. So big shout out to not only Dawson Knox, but also Kincaid on giving Josh the weapons and the abilities to move down the field when the outside receivers aren't doing enough to help this offense. Big shout out to them. Let's keep it rolling. This is a unit that hasn't gotten the love. I mean, they've gotten
Buffalo Fanatics. What's going on? This is Pierre the Kingpin, and I wanted to talk to you today about Cigars International, which is the ultimate destination for premium homemade cigars. Known as the industry leader, Cigars International offers the largest selection, unbeatable prices, and a customer service experience that's second to none. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned vet, Cigars International makes enjoying cigars easy, approachable, and fun. Cigars International is the go-to retailer for all things cigars, with the biggest selection of premium homemade cigars available anywhere. Cigars International offers unbeatable deals and discounts, making it easy to stock up on your favorite or try something new without breaking the bank. With fast free shipping and their 100% satisfaction guarantee, you can shop with confidence knowing that Cigars International stands behind every order. They have good relationship with vendors that helps provide great low prices. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned pro, Cigars International makes it easy to find the right cigar with helpful guides, staff reviews, and expert advice. It's not just about cigars. Cigars International also offers a wide range of accessories and more to elevate your smoking experience. Check out the great deals every day at cigarsinternational.com. That's cigars, CIGARS, international.com. Use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply. Again, use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply.
If you're an HVAC technician and a call comes in, Grainger knows that you need a partner that helps you find the right product, fast and hassle-free. And you know that when the first problem of the day is a clanking blower motor, there's no need to break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product details, you're confident you'll soon have everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Drinking and driving is a decision that will change your whole world. Things will never be the same once you get a DUI, because legal fees and time in court are just the beginning. Getting into a crash is another way your world could be irreversibly changed after drinking and driving. Your vehicle may not be the only thing that gets damaged in that crash. You could face a life-altering injury or even death. But you're not the only one who could face those consequences. Your decision to drink and drive could permanently change someone else's world, whether you injure them or leave their loved ones grieving. The next time you're out drinking, call a rideshare, a taxi, a sober friend, or a designated sober driver. Always plan for a safe ride home. The only decision that'll change your world for the better is the decision to call for a sober ride. It's never worth it to drive drunk. Don't risk it. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hello, but everybody's talking about Josh. Everybody's talking about James Cook. Everybody's talking about beating this team. We're not able to do half the freaking things that we do this year, if not for this damn O-line. Bro, this O-line has been elite all year. We've faced some really good pass rushes this year. We've had our ups. We've had our downs, but boy, have we had more of our ups. And it didn't waver at all. Even being down 21, these boys stuck to it. They opened lanes for the run game. You got to give love to this O-line. Edwards, McGovern, Osiris, Spencer Brown coming back with a banged up shoulder, gutting it out. Deion Dawkins leading the way. I love this O-line. Half the things that Josh is doing cannot be done without a solid O-line. We have built, poo-poo on Brandon Beane all you want, because I've been there. But he understands the trench and what we needed to do. He's got it right on the offensive side of the ball. You just got to get it right on the other side. But you got to give credit to this O-line. This O-line was damn good. The Texans defense, though, that's a whole different ballgame. Those boys are different. Those boys are absolutely different. So if we have to face them again, boy, we will have to come up with a better game plan. We'll have to come up with a better game plan. But this O-line, fantastic. Let me keep going with the good. Second half adjustments. 28 points in the second half. Getting defensive stops on this team, on the Patriots, was amazing. The adjustments we made, we went from playing a lot of zone in the first half to now kind of playing that too high, like Carl was saying, too high with a little bit of man underneath it. Now forcing Drake May to kind of, all right, which one am I going to choose? And we made that brother look like a pedestrian. If you really look at it, he did. The guy had 14. Let me make sure I got it right. 14 completions. I did get it right. 14 completions for 155 yards. What happened to last game? right? We made our adjustments. We made huge adjustments and made this guy look like a damn pedestrian. So this MVP talk that we talking about, I didn't want to hear it. And now he's got to go face the Baltimore Ravens next week. Who knows what the Baltimore Ravens are going to do to them? Maybe this was an anomaly and the Patriots come back next week and put belt to ass on the Ravens. Or Lamar and the Ravens are back and they do it to the Patriots. But what the second half defense was able to do to the Patriots, I'm all for it. I mean, the stops that we were able to make, giving the ball back to Josh, you love to see it. I mean, once that second half started, listen, it was the Patriots punted. Then obviously the interception by Trey White. You love that. That's a defensive stop right there. And then punting, downs. Bro, they didn't really do much other than that touchdown off that 65-yard run. Not a whole lot done. We shut those brothers down, man. We shut those brothers down in the second half. So kudos to the second half adjustments that allowed these Bills to propel and win this game in fashion that it was domination. Don't let the score fool you. The score is nice with that 35-31 win, but that second half, bro, we came for them. We came for them, man. And one thing you don't want to do, and I said it before, is give time to Josh Allen. You can't give time to Josh Allen. Josh Allen is like Tom Brady. You have to fear him. You have to fear Josh Allen. Why? Because you give that brother enough time and you dangle that bone in front of him. It's like putting a dog to a bone, man. He wants that win. And he is not going to allow you guys to celebrate with T-shirts and hats when he's been doing it the last damn 5 years. He's like, well, hold on. Before I give that to y'all, I don't want to be the one to give it to you guys in my face. So if you guys want that T-shirt and hat, you're going to have to get it next week, but not on my watch. So I'm just glad that happened, and I'm glad that Josh and the whole defense knew what took place, and we're making it happen. And here's the little added satisfaction that I have is the fact that the Patriots felt disrespected. We're disrespected. We're the 11-2 team. We're the ones that are at home. We're the ones ready to put belt to end. They want to give these guys the advantage. What is Vegas talking about? I think Vegas knows exactly what they're talking about. They knew exactly what they were talking about. They pretty much called y'all frauds. We don't believe you. That's exactly what they said. We don't believe you. So we are going to put this as you guys being the underdogs. And the Bills came through and handled business. And by the way, I've seen enough people text me and hit me up and say, hey, man, when the Bills were down 21-0, I hit money on the money line. Put money on the money line, and boy, did some people make a lot of money that day. That afternoon, the Bills proved them correct. God, I love that. That makes me feel good. All right. Last but not least, when it comes to the good. So we talked about Josh, we talked about Dawson Knox. I gotta talk about my dog, man. James freaking Cook. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I love it. Actually, let me go show you on my Twitter real quick. I'm a big fan of this, and it's grown on me even more. If you saw what James Cook was able to do in this game, it would impress you. It impressed me. James Cook is 5'11", $169. All right, $169, $189, no more than 200 pounds. Take a look. Let me see if I can zoom that in, if it'll let me. Nah, it's not letting me. Take a look at where this brother was running. Look at this. Everything was in between the tackles. You would think this brother was Jerome Bettis, and they said, yo, run that rock, the Mr. Bus. Get through that. James Cook, I got to put it this way. Let me take this graphic off. The patience, the quickness, the elusiveness, the anticipation of James Cook is so great for this team. This guy's he's top 5 running back in this game and is proving so. So one thing that I want to jump on, I'm going to jump down in a little bit, but I might as well say it now. All this talk about Josh Allen putting the team on his back and there's no help for Josh Allen, I also disagree with that statement as well. As much as I'm like riding all the other guys because they're salty, and all jokes aside, when folks are saying, bro, this guy's got nothing, his receivers aren't great. We could all agree on that. The receivers is not giving him what they're supposed to give him to make this offense really be dangerous. But we got two solid tight ends. We got an elite O-line, and we got an elite running back. And you got a monster elite quarterback. So we may not be getting what we need out of the receiver room, but fam, James Cook is doing what he's supposed to do. So this whole Josh is doing it by himself, it's a slap in the face of James Cook. It's a slap in the face of Dawson Knox. It's a slap in the face. Yo, we do our part as well. So don't be talking about like we just a sack of potatoes just sitting there and this guy's just leading the way and do what he does. Does he do extraordinary things? 100%, because he's as good as they come, if not the best player in the league. But yo, don't be poo-pooing on the rest of this team like they diddly squat. You know what I'm saying? So James Cook is doing a damn good thing. My man Pierre has been keeping toll on the yardage, and he called it. He said James Cook will have over 2,000 all-purpose yards this year. He's less than, look at this. Perfect. He's less than, 350 yards? 315 yards away from 2,000 all-purpose yards. Bro, give that brother his credit. And last year, we were talking about, in the offseason, we don't know if he's worth the money. I don't know. But you know what I mean? I would hold off and let him play this year. This is what I was saying. I would hold off. If you really want to earn your money, show me that you can do this again, and I'll give you your money. That brother stood on his business and said, I'm not playing a down until you give it to me. So he got his money, and guess what? He's knocking on the door on double-digit touchdowns. Knocking on the door. If he doesn't have it now, he's going to be getting it soon. I think he's at 8 touchdowns now, or he's at 10. Let me just make sure I got this right. So to poo-poo on the like Josh is doing it by himself, I don't agree. He's not. He's got a great supporting cast on the offense. Just his receivers are not doing what they do. They're lackluster. Right? Kincaid, when he stays healthy, one of the best in the game. Dawson Knox, consistent. And he's been outplaying what he's normally done, but he's been consistent. When you need something from him, he's going to block, he's going to catch down the field, and he's going to be a reliable target for Josh Allen. And by the way, the amount of touchdowns that my guy James Cook has is 10 touchdowns. So he's at a double-digit touchdowns this year. He's got 1,400 yards rushing. He's second in the league. He's got 271 carries, second in the league, and he's tied for 5th in the league in rushing touchdowns, and he's 8th in the league right now at 5.2 yards a pop. Don't be poo-pooing on this team by saying Josh is doing it by himself. He's not. Let's keep it a buck, right? As much as I love this team, I'm also not going to be delusional and say Josh is doing it all by himself. No. Is Josh absolutely an alien? Yes. You know what I mean? But he ain't doing it by himself. Let's keep it a buck here. Could we need more? Do we need more from the receivers? Hell yeah, we do. Am I hoping full stop if they're going to get it? I've been challenging these boys this all year. I've been challenging them. Challenging these guys to help Josh out. Hopefully we get it soon. You know, I'll tell you what my wish is before I get into the bad and the ugly. My wish, honestly, is by the time we got 3 games to try to figure something out. When I say figure something out, I'm talking about like strengthen our abilities to use our tight ends and run this football. Because it seems to be that's the way we go. And when teams start to adjust and say, you know what, we know they're not really going to the receiver, so let's focus on, taking away the inside. That's when we can start kind of, hopefully Brandon Cooks and Mecole Hardman returning maybe stretches this defense a little bit. And now we look like a really potent offense. Super potent. We're already nasty right now. Adding a bit of more speed to this offense, just maybe we got something. Mecole Hardman should be returning soon. I mean, it's already been, 3 weeks, 4 weeks now? So he should be returning soon. What they decide to do with him at this point, I have no idea. But we should be seeing that brother soon. So I don't want to hear this whole Josh is doing it by himself. He's not. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. And it's certainly not, Bills Mafia saying that, just them. It's the whole league that is saying that, doing it by himself. I don't want to hear that either. I just don't. All right. Let me get to the bad. What did I not like in this game? Well, I didn't like Travion Henderson going for $150. I hated that. Like we continue to allow these big gashing plays. Like if we're really going to be a team that pushes and that really is a contender, we can't allow these big 65, 52-yard runs. That's a momentum killer. It's a drive killer. It drains you, right? You come in and you do I'm exaggerating here. You do a 14-play drive and punch it in. And the very next series, you let this guy take off for 65 yards. Like, bro, all that for nothing, right? So now we got to go back and do it again. Don't make life harder than it really supposed to be for this offense. Defense, we got to tighten up, man. We got to tighten up. And I'm not going to sit here and say, well, if we took away Travion Henderson, they didn't really have that great a game. Nah, they still ran for just shy of 100 yards. Ramondre Stevenson had 6 carries for 50 yards. Drake May had another 43 yards. And then you had Demario Douglas getting in there. So like they were just pushed. They were just knocking on the door of 100 yards without Travion Henderson. So we've got to be better. We've got to be better in that regard. We really do. So that's one of the thing that stood out to me that was bad. I did not like. And here's another one. These first half starts, bro. Like cut it out. Cut it out. Like we got to start faster. Like we need to stop waiting till the second half to now put something together. Because there may not be a position where Ray Davis may not give us that field position, right? James Cook might not have those games where he's slippery and doing. So we can't continue to do this, man. We got to be better. We got to be better. We got to start quicker. Some folks were even saying, bro, we should have took the ball first and put the pressure on them. Hindsight 2020, maybe, listen, we could have got the ball. The fact that we got the ball back in the second half is what sparked this whole comeback. I personally like giving the ball up to the offense first because, in a way, we make a big stop. You give the ball to Josh, we get up early, it's a wrap, right? So it is what it is at this point. But that was the thing for me, man. These slow starts, they're really bugging me, man. They're starting to get to me. They're starting to get me. We need to get started quickly. And if you keep playing around, you're going to let a Cleveland Browns team hang around too much. And then, boom, now you're playing catch up. And then you got Myles Garrett barreling down on you. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in the best pass rusher in the game barreling down when the Browns have a 4-point lead. Because we can't get started too quickly. And now you got a guy that's barreling down that's giving us heck. Let's try to get these guys early so we can take care of this stuff, man. Anyway, that was the bad for me. I don't know if anything stands out for you for bad, but let's keep it rolling. Let me go right to the ugly because I need to get to this part. Here's the ugly. I mean, listen, there's no mincing words here. The receiver room continues to be an ugly part of this team. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for Josh Allen to be targeting Khalil Shakir 5 times, which is, I'm okay with that, obviously. But then your next receiver's target twice. That's Josh Palmer, right? Your next receiver, Brandon Cooks, targeted 3 times. No catches. Between the receivers, Josh Palmer had 1 reception. Khalil Shakir had 5. 6 receptions between receivers? Bro, that's nasty work. Like, that's unacceptable. And the fact that we won this game, despite the receiving room, which is absolute wild because this is a passing league, it's not stopping. And we sit here with a very well-paid Josh Palmer, 2 receptions. Brandon Cooks just joined the team, so I'm not going to give him too much business. But with the little plays that you got, you could have caught that ball and bobbled it. That changes the game a lot. You're bobbling it, now you're out of bounds. Bro, we got to be better. We got to be better, man. Like it's a combination of Joe Brady trying to find something for y'all, but then you got to help yourselves. At one point, you got to help yourselves, man. It's not just about catching balls with the jug machine. Get out there and start running routes. Figure something out, man. You go hire Stevie Johnson and be your route technician. Let him show you a couple things to get some separation, for crying out loud. This is enough. This is like week 4 of me challenging this receiver room, and they're not there yet. I'm going to challenge them again. I challenge this receiver room to give something to Josh. Not Khalil Shakir. He's in the slot. He's a bona fide H-back / you know what I'm saying, like screen receiver. Barely. I mean, it was a refreshing to see him get a shot downfield that caused the pass interference. Rarely do you see that. So the receiver room, I challenge y'all. Give Josh something. My goodness, man, this is getting pathetic. And you're about to go into the playoffs with that? Come on, man. I'm not with that. All right. That's the ugly that I want to sound. If there's anything ugly for y'all that was in this game, this is your time. Let me know. Let me know how you feel. All right. Here's another thing that I need to really clearly get on. This, and it's really bugging me. This whole the easy path for the Bills to get to the playoffs. I can't stress it enough that I hate that narrative. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Because the teams that we're going to be facing, yes, there's no Pat Mahomes. Yes, there's no Joe Burrow. And I'm not going to put out the Ravens just yet because they're still fighting to make that roster spot, right? But I'm not sitting here. I'm not buying it. It's going to be a tough sledding to get up there because as of right now, let me share my screen for y'all. Give me a moment. Uno momento. Oh, that's not what I want to share. Give me a second, y'all. If we're looking at what it looks like right now and the percentages of like guys making the teams and so on and so forth, I'll give you the breakdown here. Let me share my screen real quick for y'all. Right? Here it is, folks. This is what your playoff picture looks like right now. Okay? The 2 number 1 teams right now are the Broncos and the Rams. In the hunt, I love how they put it in the hunt, but here we go. The Patriots right now are number 2. They're 99% making this team. Right now, it's really about who's going to win this AFC East and if they can maintain. Okay? Jags, 10-4, playing some good ball, 97% to make this the playoffs. Playoff probability. Okay? Then you got the Steelers. The Steelers, with their win over Miami, moved to 8-6. 61%. Chargers, 93%. Sitting at 10-4. AFC West. Big win against KC last week. 99% for the Bills to make this playoffs. Then you got the Texans at 95%. This is pretty much this is what's looking like right now for your playoffs. I don't think the Colts are going to make it. They went from a 17% down to 15%. They're probably most likely done. And then the Ravens. The Ravens right now are fighting neck and neck. They need that win next week against the Patriots. They're going to be fighting tooth and nails. Good luck, Patriots. Good luck. Because if you guys think you're pissed off and you want to redeem this win next week, I think this might be a snowball. This might be a snowball for the Patriots. Mark my words. They lose to the Ravens, going on a 2-game losing streak, and then you got to face the Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Who cares? The Miami Dolphins might stun y'all. I'm not saying they will. They might. We'll see how that plays out. But that next week's game is a tough one for y'all. And we're going to do a playoff picture to see what it looks like if these boys lose next week. But golly, this is what it looks like. So I brought this up to show you this is a decent defense right here. Jaguars, decent defense. Patriots, with Milton Williams and Spillane back, that's a different defense. Give them their credit. That's a different defense. And they're a top 10 defense statistically. Steelers, not great. But then when push comes to shove, they get the job done. Chargers, middle of the pack to a decent defense. The Bills, we're so spotty. We're not great defending the run, but pass defense, we're pretty damn good. So it puts us in the middle of the pack. And then these boys right here, nasty work defensively. One of the best defenses in the game. And then the Bills face the Browns next week. That's got a pretty damn good defense. We just got to get started quickly. So this path, Lamar's not there, and Joe Burrow, I ain't trying to hear all that. These defenses is who we're going to be facing. And you know how Josh does. Sometimes Josh plays down to who he's playing at quarterback. I mean, losing to Davis Mills, that blows. But that defense is no joke either. Losing to the Miami Dolphins, how dare we? Losing to Michael Penix and let Bijan take over? Can't have that. Can't have that. We got to be better. We absolutely got to be better. So now, let's have a look, see at what it looks like with the playoffs. Let's go to the playoff machine and let's play around a little bit before I get out of here. Let's roll. So as of right now, if the playoffs were to start today, right now, it'd be the Bills facing the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road in Florida, Duval. Weather would be beautiful. Josh would be doing his thing. We go from there. But we're trying to, you know what I mean? We're trying to climb to that second seed. We're trying to climb to that second seed, you know what I'm saying, and potentially get that first one. Because that's where we're trying to go. We're trying to go from sixth to second to moving right up in here. We showed you the path how to do it. We just got to handle our business and a few things got to happen. So let me zoom in. I'll give you one more zoom. No, too much of a zoom. So this is what it looks like. So we're going into a fresh new week. Thursday night. Let's go to week 16. Thursday night. All right. So we got, obviously, who's playing this Thursday is going to be what? The Seahawks, right? Seahawks, LA. That's going to be an interesting one. Here's another one. This is an interesting one because without Devontae Adams, if Matthew Stafford poo-poos the bed, not that I care because Josh already got his MVP. We got to see our quarterback that we grew up watching gain an MVP. If he gets another one, great. But you know exactly what we want. We want something else. You already know what time it is, right? All right, let me keep rolling here. First of all, I just want to try something here. I want to put myself at the bottom of the screen. I don't want to mess it up. Let's keep rolling. All right, so here's the deal. Eagles, Washington. Eagles are going to, I like doing the NFC. I don't know why, but I do. This is going to be a nice little rematch. I feel like these guys just played each other not too long ago. Give me the Bears to win this one because Michael Parsons is going down. This is a big blow. Who cares? Let me Tyler Shuck doing some things. Bills win against the Browns. Titans, I mean, who cares about this game? But let's say the Titans win because Chiefs are already eliminated. Let's give it to the Chargers for now. Give it to the Chargers because I know Dallas Cowboys are pissed off and they're damn near eliminated. I got to go check to see if they're actually done. But let's go Bucks. I mean, this is going to be a good one, actually. I'm not even ready to give the Bucks, but I'll give it to the Bucks for now. The Bengals, Dolphins. I mean, these boys are eliminated, so let's just keep rolling. I'll give it to the Bengals. This is going to be a tough one here. I'm going to come back to that. Okay? I'm going to come back to that. And let's go Texans. Obviously going to win that one. I think the Lions take care of the Steelers. I'm going to take the Ravens to beat the Patriots. That's what I really wanted to see. And then San Fran will beat the Colts. I think Old Man Rivers, I don't know what they're doing with that. Let's say Denver wins this one. Okay. The Bills now go 6th. The Texans go 3rd seed. Okay. The Patriots remain where they're at. I'm not going to change anything up. I'm going to leave everything. Actually, you know what? Let me see if the Patriots do win. We still end up paying the Texans. So there's a damn good chance we might be paying the Texans. And that's a team that I want to avoid. I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to lie to you. I will not lie to you. Let's just say the Jags, they beat the Broncos. Look at that. Look at that. So Bills win. Patriots lose. Jaguars beat the Denver Broncos. And Houston obviously wins. If the playoffs were to start, the Bills will be facing these damn Patriots yet again. Yet again. And we be staying at the 6th seed. All right. Let's move on to the following week. And by the way, I'm not even looking at the chat right now. So if you guys are sending stuff in the chat, I'll try to look back. Are the Cowboys absolutely completely out? Are they out? Oh, they need help. They need help to make it, or are they out? I'm not sure. I haven't been paying attention too much to the Cowboys. But having 2 losses in a row, that doesn't help. All right, let's keep it rolling. So we're on to week 17. We're going to week 18. Do I get that right? Nope. Week 17. All right, here we go. Who cares? That one, I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to say, see, the Ravens. Let's just say the Ravens win. And let's just say the Pittsburgh Steelers win. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We know the Patriots are going to win that one. Boom. Jags. These boys. I don't really care. Who cares? So the Bills and Eagles at home, I'm taking that. And who cares? What's it look like now? So the Bills go to the 5th seed, and we take on. So here's I want it for those that are listening on audio form. I've got Chiefs, Bengals. I got the Chiefs and Broncos. I got the Broncos winning that one. Texans, Chargers. If the Texans win, the Bills stay the 5th seed. Texans go the 6th seed. They'd be facing the Patriots. If the Browns win, it changes nothing. Actually, it does. If the Browns beat the Steelers, which is very doable, if the playoffs were to start that week, the Bills will be facing the Ravens. Wouldn't that be something? I'm trying to switch things up here. If let's just say the Bills lose to the Eagles. The Bills lose to the Eagles, we become the 7th seed. Then we say bye-bye to the AFC East. It belongs to the Patriots. We be the 7th seed. We be playing the 2nd seed Jaguars. I don't like those odds. So I'm going to make the Bills win. Let's just say the Pittsburgh Steelers beat these boys here. Green Bay beats the Ravens. And let's just say the Chargers. Let me just mess around here. Let's say the Chargers take care of the Texans. We're facing the Patriots. So the likely path that we would like is for us to try to find a way to stay in that 5th seed, 4th seed, so we can face the Pittsburgh Steelers and bounce these suckers out, and then we try to figure our life out after. Let's go to week 18. Leaving it the way it is for now. And then we'll come back. So, Jags win. Texans win. Pittsburgh and I'll come back to that one. Bills win. Let's just say Dolphins upset. We face the Patriots. Patriots win. KC wins. Who cares? Let's see. And the Denver Broncos. Let's just say the Denver Broncos remain the number 1 seed. And did I leave anything out? Let's see if I didn't pick one. Okay. Let's go Ravens, Steelers. Steelers at home. I like the Ravens to beat the Steelers. There's something about the Steelers I just don't like, right? So let's just say the Browns win that one. Who cares? Bills win. Green Bay beats these boys. Bucks. All right. So every team has been picked. We got everything. So if the playoffs were to start, golly, the Bills will be facing the Ravens. Patriots face the Chargers. Texans, Jaguars. I don't like this setup here. Right? Although the Ravens aren't the big bad Ravens, so we can still take them, I still don't like it. So if I were to change the Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously then we'd be facing the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is the likely scenario that we'd like. Take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. We be on the road. We take care of business on the road because they're division winners. Between these boys, well, we'd have ourselves a little battle here, folks. So a lot we got to take care of business. At the end of the day, we got to take care of business. And I'm looking forward to this week, how it all shakes out at the end of the day. And we'll go from there. It's welcome to the NFL, man. The NFL is something else, man. My man Day Trooper says, "Yo, we want to stay seated ahead of Houston. So potential AFC Championship game would be Houston at Buffalo. Any way that we can get an advantage, we'll take it. I'll take it. If that's the way we got to do it, we just gotta figure it out. We just got to get hot, and not only get hot though, but we got to get hot figuring out where we're super strong and we're comfortable with it. So if it is everything to do with Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox are running that football, and that's how we're gonna do it because that's what we've had success doing. Wrinkle here and there, shoot, take me all the way to the Super Bowl doing that. But it's gonna be a tough match. I don't give a damn that Pat Mahomes out there. I don't give a damn that the freaking Joe Burrows are out there. Joe Burrow hasn't been there in 3 years, so I don't know why he's part of the conversation. That brother hasn't been there in 3 years. It's been Lamar, it's been Pat, and it's been whoever the hell the quarterback is for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Chargers. So Joe Burrow being mentioned in these conversations, I think is hilarious. I think it's super hilarious. Anyway, let's keep it rolling. Boom. All right. So we got the Thursday night game coming up, right, folks? So let me jump on here and where my thing at? You guys pardon me while I look for my slip. Pardon me, folks. Let me roll this down. And while you guys are in there, if you guys have any questions, concerns, super chats, you know me, I'll hold you guys down, and we'll get it cracking here. Let's see here. All right. Trying to get my pictures in. There we go. So here's my bet slip for y'all. Hang tight while I get things back up and running here. So let me share my screen so we can get it cracking. Hang tight and get it going. All right. So folks, obviously you guys have been living under a rock. You guys know what time it is, man, with the sleeper bets. If you guys have not taken full advantage of your $20 entry, do that. Do that. We're hooking you guys up. And while you do that, get paid. Take that $20 and go do your business using the code BF20. BF25. Get 100% match up to $100 using that code BF25. You guys know what time it is. So let me show you what I'm working with. And you guys let me know if you're feeling these slips. I have been on a terrible streak. So hopefully this little thing is going to help you guys out, help me out. So pardon me while I look this over. So I got Sam Darnold with the free picks. You know I'm going to always take free. Give me that. Matthew Stafford. They're saying going up against a very good Seattle defense, I think he'll go for over 229. I think that he's going to be forced to throw the football. I think Sam Darnold's going to put some pressure on these Rams. He'll be forced to throw the football, giving him over 230 yards. I think that he gets that. Give me the more. Puka Nacua. He is just special. The guy is just that good. Obviously, he's better when Devontae Adams is next to him. But on his own, he's still just as good and just as dangerous. Anytime touchdown, absolutely. Hook that brother up. That's the slip that I got going. What are your thoughts on that? Are you feeling that slip? You guys let me know. I think it's a good one. I think this one might be the one that gets the job done. So go ahead and use that code BF25. Get 100% match up to $100 using that code BF25. And you guys should be able to handle business, right? So use that code. Don't you forget it. Get in that code. Terms and conditions do apply. So see the sleepers terms for use of details. Currently operational 25 states and over 25 states. Check out your sleeper app today. And let's get it cracking here. So before I get out of here, what say you guys? How are you feeling going into this week, knowing that we took down the big back Patriots? For me, I'm gonna tell you this: taking down the Patriots, I just felt that it was gonna happen. I just felt it in my bones. I didn't think that they were anything special. Call it that I'm being ridiculous. Call it whatever you want to call it. I just feel that we were going to win this game no matter what the cost was because we needed it, and we weren't about to let these guys come in to celebrate. Now, the one thing, if I'm going to keep it all the way real, the one thing that I do hate about our Bills is that we can have a big win against a big-time opponent and then poo-poo the bed the very next week against a team that we have no business losing to. Now, I'm not saying that the Browns are some bums, because they kind of are. I ain't going to lie to you. However, they do have a quarterback that can put it on you. They do have a good running game. They do have a great defense. And sometimes a great defense with a run game can do some damage. But if you saw what the Bears did to the freaking Browns last week, you'd be like, yo, the Bills should be able to go ahead and handle business. Is this a trap game? Some folks might say, hey, man, this might be a trap game. And you have some folks that are saying, yo, Rico, stop. Don't do that. Don't do this, man. It's the freaking Browns. Shedeur is awful. I disagree with that. I disagree. I don't think Shedeur Sanders is awful. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's a very good quarterback. I just don't like the situation he's in. I don't like it one bit. But the one bright spot that I do like is it seems as though we have found ourselves somewhat on the defensive side of the ball on the back end. Cole Bishop's playing good ball. Jordan Poyer is like found the fountain of youth, and he's playing very good ball. He's filling the gaps. He's got gap integrity. I'm telling you, that back end is actually playing some good ball. We haven't allowed big time plays other than in the trenches in the run. Our linebacking crew, I like Shaq Thompson being the guy on the field. Mount Milano had a game of one of his best games that I've seen from Mount Milano with 2 sacks in that game. Was all over the field. You love to see it. Maybe we see Bernard back. I don't know what they'll do. I can't imagine they keep Bernard out yet another game. That would be something. But having those 3 guys back, it should not remove Shaq Thompson from the starting spot. I think Shaq Thompson should remain at the starting position and trickle in Bernard here and there. I don't know how they're going to play it out. Maybe they will. All right. Let's keep it rolling. And obviously that the trenches, we've got to be better in the trenches. We've got to be better on the defensive front. We've not been able to get the pressure, but getting Joey Bosa back bodes extremely well. So we're starting to find our groove slowly, slightly, right? Guys are getting healthy. We'll get Benford back sometime soon. If they don't bring him back right away, I don't think it's the end of the world. We can probably go another week with Max Harrison and Trey White. Let him fully heal and get back to it. So we're starting to find ourselves. This is the month of December. This is when, you got to dig deep and really show what team, who you are, who you really are at the end of the day. So that's what we'll wait and see. But yeah, man, I mean, we got the Browns next. Then we got, what do we got? Then we got the Browns week 17. Then we're taking on the Eagles. That's going to be a big time matchup. And that will then take us into playing the Jets in the last week. And here's the deal. If the Bills win out and the Rams continue to do what they do, I want to see who the Rams have the next few games, because let's keep it a buck here. Obviously, the Rams playing this Thursday night. That'll be a fun one for week 16. Week 17, the Rams will then face who the Rams facing. The Rams will then face the Atlanta Falcons. So, yeah, I don't know about all that. So they'll play the Atlanta Falcons. Maybe that's going to be a Monday nighter. We'll see how that plays out. And then week 18, the Rams will then face who they're facing. The Rams will face where they at? I'm looking at my screen here just to make sure. Where the Rams at? The Rams will place the Arizona Cardinals. Give me a break. Okay. So you got the Cardinals for the Rams. And then you got the Atlanta Falcons, and then you have the Seattle game. So this Seattle game, this week 16, has got some really good matchups. So I bring that up. Because Josh faced the Eagles, and if Josh and the Eagles outduel that pretty damn good defense out of Philly, yo, that boy, that might be coming your way, bro. That might be coming your way. That MVP might be coming your way, my boy. So we'll see. Sleepers picks not in Ontario. Brother, I know. I'm very aware. I'm very aware. So I have to, the way for me to make my picks, I've got to finagle and move some things around for me to show y'all what we doing. So that's why you heard me say 25 states and over 25 states. Yeah, they didn't say any provinces. I swear, man, Canada's hated it like crazy. If I want to watch all 22, I got to do a whole bunch of stuff to move around and get this. Bro, just make it available to us. That's neither here nor there. All right, last thing before I get out of here. Before my man said, yo, call me Delulu. Call me Delulu, but I think we win in the division. Listen, man, there's a lot of things that need to take place. We need the Patriots to lose at least 2, right? This one coming up, Ravens. And if they lose to the Miami Dolphins or even the Jets, and then we win out, we got it. But here's the deal. Any team should not be afraid to play any team. Are there matchups that you hate? Of course, right? If we end up playing the Texans, we got to play the Texans, right? And if we're really a true championship team or we're trying to be a championship team, you got to beat teams like the Texans. You got to beat teams like the Broncos. You got to. If you really want people to respect this championship, you got to beat those teams. Because I already hear a lot of people say, yo, if the Bills don't win it, then, nah, bro, there's some good-ass teams. I ain't trying to hear. I don't like that narrative if this is the easiest path of the Bills. I don't like it. Don't like it one bit. All right. Last thing, but I need to share with you guys. If you guys have not taken full advantage of it, I feel sorry for you guys, and I want to help you guys out. So here's what I'm going to do for you guys. If you guys are still looking for last minute shopping and you're like, I don't know what to get for the kids. I don't know what I want to get for Uncle John. I don't know what I want to get for Miss Susie. Folks, look no further. Look no further than going to support BF. I got the wrong page up. Let me share the page that I really want to show you. I want you to jump in and go to supportbf.com. By supportbf.com, we've got our own merch store. A lot of folks forget that we have our own merch store. So let's not sleep on that, folks. There's some good stuff out here. This is one of my favorites. This one right here, man. In case of emergency, break that glass, baby. Break that glass. You have that right there waiting for you. Jump on it. If you're looking for all designs, they're all here. And here's what I'm going to give you guys. Just because I like y'all are my peoples. I'm going to give you guys the code BF17. BF17. Put that in the bottom code. You'll get 17% off. 17% off from me to y'all for Christmas. So go ahead and get that. There's a lot of good stuff on here. I mean, one of my favorites is this one here. I wear this a lot. Remember who we have? And anybody that sees it, they know exactly what we're talking about when they see 17 on that shirt. So that's one of my favorites. To me, this is the one right here. You guys see it. I ain't got to tell you anymore. Right there. Buffalo versus everybody, man. And anybody that sees that, they love it. I actually kind of like the one in blue. I think that thing pops. Can't go wrong with that. Using the code BF25. You guys see what's behind me? All day, every day, baby. All day, every day. So go ahead and jump on that. If you guys are interested, obviously nobody's trying to force y'all, but if you're looking for a little last minute shopping, you want to get a couple tees, t-shirts, toques, hats, all that is in there. We got you. My man said, bring back the down with the MPP. Yo, you old school when you can bring that up. You old school. You've been watching your boy for a long time. And let me tell you right, to this day, I still rock that shirt. To this day. And just for you, I might rock it the next show. All right. My man Signify No says, Rico, if we win the Super Bowl, I don't give a flying F what some mouth breathers on Twitter and TV say about my validity for our ring. Yo, they're trying to hate on when the Lakers won the championship in the bubble. That was a bubble championship. Yo, man, we won that thing. Lakers won that thing. We ain't trying to play no games, man. I'm not trying to hear nothing like that. Super Lancer. Hey, Rico, it's me from Windsor. I know who you are, Super Lancer. My Windsor, Ontario boy. I see you, bro. Just wanted to say I love what you've been doing, man. Keep up. Keep doing your thing and being authentic. You're a real one. My man called me Unc. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. Super Lance, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you all the time. My man said, yo, that store is legit. I'm telling you, we're trying to be legit. We're trying to be legit, man. So go ahead and support your boys, support, the brand, and let's get this thing cracking, man. So let me jump into grab a couple comments from the chat. And if I see anything, hit y'all up. My man's so crazy because it's in every province but Ontario. Yo, I'm in Nova Scotia and they hating over here too. So you know what time it is. My man says, Day Trooper says, yo, no trap games in this late in the season with so much at stake. You're right about that. Like, you can't afford to have trap games. You got to be win now mentality. It's playoffs. There's no time. We're going from there. My man said, yo, who's covering Garrett? That task is going to be in the hands of Dion Dawkins. That is going to be a fight. It's going to be a dog fight. And Dion, I like Dion. I think he's going to have his hands full. I think we're going to chip. And I hope that they understand what's at stake here, keeping Josh upright, keeping Josh healthy, and keeping Myles Garrett away from our quarterback. Bro, wherever 95 is, bro, chip that brother. And he's used to getting double teamed, so he's already worked his repertoire on, I mean, if they double team me, I'm a hop, skip, I'm a rip, I'm a do. Listen, we got to make sure that we're on top of things. And he doesn't ruin the game, because he's the type of player that can ruin the game. All right? My man said, yo, Rico, if we have a halfway decent first half, bro, we're winning that thing. Bro, we just got to keep doing it. Last time I checked, the Lakers played on a regular. There you go. There you go. They played on a regulation size court, regulation size team, in games officiated by the refs, nor did they have to deal with any other that team bubble nonsense. But here's another thing too. This is straight hoops. If you go play 5-on-5 in the gym, ain't no fans. You're just playing hooper against hooper. We don't have to do, there's none of that nonsense that has to go take. It's just me against you, no distractions, just ball. I think it's tougher, in my opinion. All right, one last thing before I get out of here. My man says, Rico, you are a true fan. That's why I listen to your content, and that's what makes me focus on your show. Go Bills. I appreciate y'all, man, really do, because there's a lot of good content out there. There's a lot of good Bills Mafia content, and if the fact that y'all come here and hang out with your boy, love it. Here's what I love for you guys. If there's more that you guys would like from me, Zbot, and Pierre to do, y'all let me know. If you don't really F with the live streams because the live streams go too long, if you'd rather shorter streams, let me know. If you want, not shorter streams, if you want more content where it's just video based or specifically based, let me know. Anything that makes the channel pop for y'all, we will take that. Last thing for me. I was telling my wife this. I've been telling her ever since we've been successful. The minute I find out the Bills are going to the Super Bowl and we win it, I don't care what takes place. I'm getting my ticket. I'm flying to Buffalo. I'm staying at one of y'all's houses. And whenever that parade, I'm going to be right there with Z-Bot, Pierre, Bobby, Side Doc. We're going to be right there celebrating. I will be there. My ticket will be punched and ready to get out there. Real talk. And I suggest y'all do the same thing and join me and do all that stuff. And by the way, last thing again. We're going to try to, speaking of getting together, next year, Bot, myself, Pierre, Bobby, we're trying to figure something out that we can try to do an event and get things cracking. Woo, I can't wait. We're gonna try to figure something out. Yo, Rico, good luck on the caster tip for them winter blues. Good things are few and far between. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Yo, Rico, got you at my house. Yo, Richie. You know me, man. If you say, yo, mi casa, su casa, I'm right there with you, bro. I'm right there with you. My man, Bartek, BT, Rico, I felt my boss every year. Oh, I tell my boss every year that I'm taking that week off just in case Bills. Yo, everybody already knows I'm out. Everybody knows. They say, yo, they know I'm a big Bills fan out where I work at. So they're like, yo, your team looking good. I went looking for this Patriots fan that was talking greasy to me. Stopped me dead in my tracks. I was in the middle of a conversation. My man's turned around and was trying to chat me up, but he was sizing me down a little bit. And I didn't realize who he was. He goes, you guys ready this weekend? I was like, you a Patriots fan? He goes, yeah, because I have my lanyard. People know. I got my sticker on the back of my license plate is Bills. They know. And I could not wait to I was looking all over this brother. He wasn't there. I was like, oh, you ain't going to get by me. I'm going to find you. I'm going to find you and let you have it, man. I'm going to find you and let you have it. All right. I think that's it for me, folks. Yo, how about BF and Buffalo Plus collab? Listen, I'm always ready to collab with everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't shy. I was supposed to go on a Patriots show with my man Ray, but we got lines disconnected somehow. We crossed the lines. We couldn't make it together. So collabs are my thing. I love collabing, man. So we'll get it cracking. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys all. My man said, yo, yeah, I'll be coming from the parade from Alaska. Woo! Shout out to you, my G. Shout out to you. All right, man, I got to get out of here for real. But y'all been great. Y'all have a good one. And we'll catch you guys on the flip. We're back tomorrow with my guy, the Thigh Doc. We got to talk injuries. We got a new kicker signed. Prater's gone. We don't know how long. He's got a quad injury with the kicking leg. So he's going to be gone for a bit. We can't bring Tyler Bass back because Tyler Bass has been put on the injuries. He's done. Done for the year. It's a wrap. So now we sign a new kicker. I'm going to talk more on that tomorrow with the injury. Do we get Benford back? What's going on with Bernard? We'll be talking injuries tomorrow with the Thigh Doc, and we'll get everything sorted out. So you guys have yourself a fantastic evening. We'll catch you guys on the flip. And until next time, it's your boy, and I'm gone.